Welcome to Mountain West Countdown to Tipoff. I'm Jesse Kurtz in the Mountain West Network studio. The 2017-2018 Mountain West men's basketball season tips off on Friday, November 10th. Here's a look at the preseason poll and the all-conference team as voted on by the league's media, who has picked Nevada as the league favorite. The Wolfpack, who are the defending regular season and tournament champions in the Mountain West, return a pair of starters, including reigning Mountain West tournament MVP Jordan Caroline. Nevada is coming off a 2016-2017 season where it won 28 games and advanced to the NCAA tournament for the first time in 10 years. Nevada received 19 of the possible 24 first-place votes in the preseason poll to earn the top spot. San Diego State, which received 2 first-place votes, is picked second, followed by Boise State, which also received 2 first-place votes. Fresno State is picked 4th, Colorado State is 5th. UNLV, which also received a first-place vote, is 6th in the preseason poll. Wyoming is 7th, followed by Utah State, New Mexico, San Jose State, and Air Force. The preseason all-conference team features players from 5 different programs. Chandler Hutchison of Boise State is the only player who was a member of the All-Mountain West first team a year ago. As a junior last season, the Bronco guard averaged 17.4 points and 7.8 rebounds per game.
So it's just one of the ways that people notice that, the work you put in and they see that growth and, that potential that's there.
He's joined by Jordan Caroline of Nevada. The junior averaged 15 points and 9.2 rebounds per game a year ago. He saved his best performances for the most important games in 2017, averaging over 18 points and 9 rebounds per contest during the conference tournament, leading the Wolfpack to its first Mountain West tournament title, clinching a spot in the NCAA tournament.
I have to still prove I deserve it. It's not, no one's just going to hand me that award, so I look at it like that. Like, it's cool to have, but I just have to improve on what I did last year and just keep improving, get better, and not plateau.
Trey Kell from San Diego State is on the preseason All-Mountain West team after starting 32 of 33 games for the Aztecs last season, finishing with a team-best 24 double-digit scoring efforts. Over the course of the season, Kell averaged 13.2 points and 2.9 assists.
There's a lot of good players in this league. Like we all say, there's never an off night in this league, so to be recognized as one of those players, teams have to worry about coming in is special.
Sophomore Kobe McEwen from Utah State earns preseason honors, coming off a 2016-2017 season where he was named the Mountain West Freshman of the Year. McEwen ranked 10th in the league in scoring, averaging 14.9 points per game and 6th in assists with 3.1 per game. The Aggies guard scored in double figures 24 times and tied the program's freshman scoring record with 28 points in a single game.
I continue to work and get better every day, but it's been great to be selected on the first team as a sophomore. It's just truly a blessing.
Finally, reigning Mountain West 6th Man of the Year Justin James rounds out the preseason All-Mountain West team. The junior guard is coming off a sophomore season in Laramie in which he averaged 16 points and 5 rebounds per game, helping to lead Wyoming to the CBI Tournament Championship.
The hard work and dedication that I put into the game is, I really feel like my hard work is starting to pay off, and I will continue to work hard, and success will come in the future for sure.
The preseason Player of the Year in the Mountain West is Chandler Hutchison from Boise State. The 6'7", 197-pound guard ranked 2nd in the Mountain West in field goal percentage, 4th in scoring, and 6th in rebounding. The native of Mission Viejo, California, recorded 9 double-doubles and 29 games in which he scored in double figures. The preseason Freshman of the Year is Brandon McCoy from UNLV. McCoy was a McDonald's High School All-American at Cathedral Catholic High School in San Diego, where he averaged 28.6 points, 12.6 rebounds, and 5.3 blocks per game his senior year. The 6'11", 245-pound forward was a consensus 5-star recruit. The preseason Newcomer of the Year is Caleb Martin from Nevada. Martin, who redshirted last season, is a transfer from North Carolina State, where he made 20 starts as a sophomore, averaging 11.5 points per game. As you just heard, Chandler Hutchison of Boise State is the preseason player of the year in the Mountain West, making program history. He is the first Bronco to earn preseason player of the year since Boise State joined the league back in 2011. History that almost never happened. Hutchison had declared for the NBA draft during the offseason and attended private workouts with several NBA teams. But after giving it some thought, the Bronco leader decided he wanted one more season in Boise before living out his NBA dream.
And really not wanting to rush anything, it's easy to get caught up in, seeing your name on those boards or with NBA next to it, and ultimately that's my goal, so it's easy to get caught up in that. But ultimately I made the decision, that it was best for me to continue to develop and just try to win, try to do anything I can to win a Mountain West championship and focus on that before anything else.
Jordan Caroline of Nevada, who also received preseason player of the year votes, comes from an impressive line of athletes. His father, Simeon Rice, is a former all-pro football player in the NFL and Super Bowl champion with the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. His grandfather, J.C. Caroline, is a college football Hall of Famer and a former NFL player with the Chicago Bears. But Jordan didn't catch the football fever, having quit the sport to focus on his love of basketball in high school.
Basketball was always my first love. It's always one I always wanted to play the most. And so I just kind of stuck with it. When I stopped playing other sports, I just kept playing basketball. I play pretty much every sport. I play with the same amount of intensity. It doesn't matter what it is. It could be ping pong. I'm still going to try to play as hard as I can.
Caroline's leadership and relentless style of play are a big reason Nevada is the preseason favorite in the Mountain West. But another big reason is their head coach, Eric Musselman, who after years in the NBA, after stops as the head coach of the Golden State Warriors and the Sacramento Kings, has reinvented himself in college basketball at Nevada. After leading the Wolfpack to a Mountain West championship and the NCAA tournament in just his second year in Reno, Muss became a hot commodity in the college coaching searches around the country. But in the end, he pledged his commitment to the University of Nevada, signing a 5-year contract with the Wolfpack. I recently had a chance to sit down with Coach Musselman at Mountain West Media Summit in Las Vegas, and he told me the University of Nevada is the right fit for him personally and professionally.
Northern Nevada kind of gets me, and we do things sometimes a little bit unorthodox, and we wear our emotions on our sleeve, and it's kind of a working class place, and so it's a really, really good fit. My wife loves it, my sons loves it, and my daughter loves it, so it's a great fit. The community has done an incredible job of getting behind us, and it's become kind of the place to be when Nevada basketball plays a game. You can feel a little bit of buzz in our community on a game night.
Emotions and enthusiasm probably are two really solid ways to describe yourself and the way that you coach. Wear your emotions on the sleeve, and I look at the post game against Colorado State when you clinched the regular season championship. Those moments aren't scripted. That's just you.
Yeah, I mean, sometimes I embarrass my wife, for sure. I definitely embarrass my college son and then my high school son. The only one that thinks some of the, taking the shirt off and stuff is cool is my daughter, but she's only 7. So other than that, I embarrass my family quite often.
But you totally buy into Nevada Wolfpack, and the videos that you have put out in the offseason where you're with every program imaginable at Nevada, you are totally bought in, not just to your team, but to the entire athletic department.
I think because I haven't been on a college campus long, because I'm kind of a rookie, so to speak, and it's only my going into my 3rd year. I think the college, like when I pull up every day, like I'm so excited to be on a college campus and see kids going to class. And so for me, I love other sports. I love to go to women's volleyball games. I like to go support the soccer team. And to me, that's the greatest thing about coaching college basketball is, like, I'm not gonna miss 1 second of our football game. Like when we play at home, I'm there. I wish I could stand on the sidelines and be a yard mark guy. Like I just want to be a part of it. It's so neat. And so for me, that's the difference between the NBA and college, is being a part of this huge athletic family.
Musselman and his fellow Mountain West coaches will not only be taking aim at a conference title this season, but also the honor of being named Mountain West Coach of the Year, which comes with some added prestige this season. For more on that, we bring in our own Cassie Soto. And Cassie, this year the Mountain West and its coaches will be honoring a legend.
Jesse, in June, the Mountain West Board of Directors approved the recommendation by the league's head coaches to name the conference's top coaching honor after former San Diego State head coach Steve Fisher, who retired in April. Fisher led San Diego State to 10 Mountain West titles and 8 NCAA tournament appearances in his time on the Mesa. The recipient of the award beginning this season will be named the Steve Fisher Coach of the Year, a fitting tribute to a great man, coach, and friend of the conference.
If you have a staple of what this league has been and the excellence, the mark of excellence, has been Coach Fisher.
He's an icon, and I really look up to him, and I go to him for advice.
You know, I think that's probably the best signature on that award that our league could possibly have.
I'm so grateful to have the opportunity to have worked with Steve and still call him friend.
Brian Dutcher, who you just heard from, is the new head coach of the Aztecs after 18 years on the bench as Steve Fisher's assistant. Jesse?
Thank you, Cassie. Dutch is one of 3 new head coaches in the Mountain West this season. We're going to hear from them a little bit later in the show. Plus,
he's a winner. He wants to win.
He was one of the top recruits in the country. Hear why this UNLV freshman phenom will be the centerpiece of the Runnin' Rebels rebuild. That's next on Mountain West Countdown to Tip-Off. Last season, Wyoming celebrated a CBI tournament championship. And if history is any indication, the Cowboys, who returned 3 starters and 9 letter winners, could be a team headed to the big dance this season. Welcome back to Mountain West Countdown to Tip-Off. The Mountain West has had a team play in the CBI tournament championship in 3 of the last 4. The previous 2 went on to win the Mountain West tournament and advance to the NCAA tournament the following season. Fresno State won the Mountain West tournament in 2015, coming off its CBI tournament in 2014. 2 years later, Nevada won the league after winning the CBI in 2016. Now Wyoming is aiming to follow suit this season and parlay the CBI championship into a championship season in the Mountain West, complete with a bid to the NCAA tournament.
The experience that you get in any postseason play, because you know one game and it's over. You know you got to win night in and night out. So just dealing with that type of, I guess, pressure.
When you have 4 seniors coming back and 2 juniors and some pretty good young kids that are making waves as well, just excited for this group coming off of that experience to go into this season and take advantage of it.
Alan Edwards of Wyoming was a first-year head coach in the Mountain West last season. He led the Cowboys to 23 wins, which was tied for the 3rd most in the nation among first-year head coaches. Number 1 on that list was Paul Weir of New Mexico State, who won 28 games. Ironically enough, Weir is one of the new coaches in the Mountain West this season as the new leader of the New Mexico Lobos. Brian Dutcher of San Diego State and John Prelo of San Jose State are both first-year head coaches, rounding out a trio of new faces who are thrilled to be leading programs in the Mountain West.
San Jose State, I think, is a gold mine job. I think it's in a great area. It's in Silicon Valley. We have a lot to offer. We have a lot of alumni in the area, so I think it's a sleeping giant. It could be a really good program.
The passion in the community, the support for the basketball program, it's a really humbling feeling, and it's a tremendous honor.
We all carry a burden now of we want to keep expectations where they've been for our program, that we are the best program in the Mountain West, and we want to continue to be that.
Weir's Lobos, Dutcher's Aztecs, and Prelo's Spartans will all have live games broadcast on the Mountain West's newest broadcast partner, Stadium, this season. It's all part of a 12-game national package, which includes Mountain West tournament games in March. For a schedule of the games and broadcast information, log on to themw.com. The first Mountain West game on Stadium will feature UNLV hosting Florida A&M on Saturday, November 11th, and it will mark the highly anticipated debut of Brandon McCoy. For more on that, we bring in Cassie Soto. And Cassie, this freshman phenom comes to Las Vegas as one of the program's top recruits in the last decade.
Jesse, McCoy was a McDonald's All-American at Cathedral Catholic Prep High School in San Diego. The Runnin' Rebels beat out programs like Arizona, Oregon, and Michigan State to land the 6'11" big man. McCoy spent the summer playing for Team USA on the men's U19 World Cup team, which finished 6-1 overall, capturing a bronze medal in Cairo, Egypt. McCoy told us that it was an honor to play for his country, but he can't wait to play at the Thomas & Mack for the Runnin' Rebels.
When I went out there, I just felt really at home. You know, the players there, they really accepted me and they treated me like a family member, as well as the coaches, and I just hit it off with them, and the camp was just great. And I just love, you know, it's in Vegas. You know, the Olympic team comes out there, the Summer League, the NBA Summer League, like it's just so much stuff to do.
They didn't win at a high level in high school, and so he's really yearning for that. Again, he was the only really Division I player on the team. He was triple teamed and quadruple teamed, and so he misses that winning, and so he's investing in himself in a way to help the Rebels win. And that's why I've always said, if I'm going to take a top tier guy in the United States, he's got to want to be a Rebel first, and Brandon is.
As we told you earlier in the show, McCoy was named preseason Freshman of the Year. He becomes the 5th Runnin' Rebel in the last 6 seasons to be named preseason Freshman of the Year, joining the likes of Steven Zimmerman, Rashad Vaughn, Kendall Smith, and Anthony Bennett. Jesse, back to you.
Pretty good company right there. Thank you very much, Cassie. Well, this summer, NBA superstar Kevin Durant finally won an NBA title, and it made one particular Mountain West head coach super proud. And how this former Mountain West Player of the Year is leading off the court to help a struggling country rebuild. Those stories after this on Mountain West Countdown to Tip-Off.
Lavelle drives on Hall, spin move, scoop, shot, and scores! Circus play by Lavelle.
Last March, Gian Lavelle dazzled crowds across the Mountain West with his flair for the dramatic, en route to being named the conference's Player of the Year. Welcome back to Mountain West Countdown to Tip-Off. Gian Lavelle is now a member of the Dallas Mavericks, having recently signed a 2-way contract, which means he'll play a majority of his time in the G League, but could spend up to 45 days in the NBA. And he's already had some time early this season with the big club Dallas Mavericks. Lavelle is playing with a passion and purpose these days, not only scoring points, but raising awareness for Puerto Rico and its recovery efforts after his native country was decimated by Hurricane Maria back in September. I recently spoke with Lavelle about what life is like back home right now.
It's pretty bad. It's pretty bad. My mom's aunt's house is destroyed. My grandma's house, some windows are destroyed, and there's water in the house. But yeah, they're safe. They just don't have no water or electricity. So I have to, get them that as soon as I can.
Yeah, being the leader that you are, and we saw that on the basketball floor during the time in Fort Collins, you're taking the initiative to raise some money for the cause to help out your native country, Puerto Rico. Tell us about the campaign and what are your overall goals here?
Well, pretty much my overall goal is just to raise $50K. Just because I'm not only helping my family, but I'm helping my town as well. So yeah, my town is pretty bad right now. That they are really bad. They don't have no electricity, no water, like whatsoever. Some towns are getting electricity right now, but mine isn't. So I mean, whatever I can do to help them, I would really appreciate, anything at all.
If you'd like to watch the entire conversation with Gian Lavelle and hear how Colorado State coach Larry Eustace helped prepare him for life in the NBA, log on to themw.com or watchstadium.com and click on the Mountain West Network. Lavelle is a part of an elite group of NBA players who come from current Mountain West institutions, which includes some impact players headlined by NBA All-Stars Paul George of Fresno State and Kawhi Leonard of San Diego State. In all, 14 players from current Mountain West institutions started the season on active rosters in the NBA, 4 from UNLV, 3 from Nevada, 2 from Fresno State, 2 from Colorado State, and 1 from San Diego State, Wyoming, and New Mexico. Patrick McCaw from UNLV and JaVale McGee from Nevada both helped lead Golden State to an NBA title over the summer. McCaw played a crucial role in helping the Warriors win a championship, averaging 12 minutes per game over the 15-game postseason stretch. McCaw even started a few games during the postseason in place of the injured Kevin Durant. Speaking of Kevin Durant, the beloved NBA superstar finally got his world title and was named NBA Finals MVP, which was a thrilling moment for Fresno State head coach Rodney Terry, who recruited Durant to the University of Texas and remains a very close friend.
He's a team guy. Maybe one of in my 22 years of coaching Division I basketball, probably the best teammate. You know, he's a guy that's equally excited about his teammates being successful, so really excited for him to have the opportunity to be a world champion.
The Mountain West is one of the toughest leagues in the country when it comes to playing on the road. We're talking about long road trips, vast differences in altitude, and raucous crowds. Picking up a W on the road is a monumental achievement. Here's a sample of what some of the players say is the toughest venue to play in the Mountain West.
I would definitely say New Mexico. You know, it gets pretty loud there. Their fan support is, you know, pretty outstanding.
Fit at New Mexico. Probably because, you know, you can't see the crowd. It's so dark, you know, and when they score, it's like a eruption. And your ears just start ringing every time they score.
Remember freshman year, I came, obviously first time playing there, couldn't hear myself call plays. And
San Diego State. It's tough. It's just, you go there, it's a grind. The fans on you all game long, and it's 15,000 people in there, and it's loud for 40 minutes.
The student section is amazing. Just in the game, you can just feel them like chanting and just yelling. You can feel the core vibrating when you're on there, so I'd probably say San Diego State.
Air Force. Just that air in Air Force is just, it takes you out quick.
Follow me. Can't breathe. The elevation is crazy. I remember we were playing there, and by halftime, I was done. Like, I just felt like I played like a whole game, ran 5 miles. It was rough.
The toughest place to play for me would probably be Utah State. They've got crazy fans. It's always very loud in there, hard to hear. Really tough place to play.
Boise. I feel like last year, Boise got the loudest I've ever experienced.
That's going to do it for Mountain West Countdown to Tip-Off. The new season begins on Friday, November 10th. For Cassie Soto, I'm Jesse Kurtz saying thank you for watching this presentation of the Mountain West Network. We leave you with some of the fun from Mountain West Media Summit in Las Vegas.
He's in a rhythm right now. Oh! Oh! Did you see that?
Yeah! Oh my God!
Hey, come on, Trevor. Yeah. Okay.
Peace out.